Religion. It's so many options. Which one should I choose? Hey girl, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here for the first time, my name is Nicole and I am your online sister girl. All my life, I've always heard there is this religion, and I always got confused because I always was like,
well, which one do I choose?
These people do this, or these people do this. These people pray 400 times a day. Which one do I give my all to? Which one do I represent? You know what I mean? I feel like that's what kind of drove me to spirituality, because I realized that spirituality isn't nothing but you taking all types of beliefs from all types of religions and basically making it your own. That's basically what I ended up doing ultimately, because I felt as though this is what's best. And I was telling everybody, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. It just sat better with me. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys 4 reasons why I decided to return to Jesus and leave spirituality behind. The first reason why I decided to give my heart to Jesus is because Jesus brought me freedom. I'm a minimalist, so I don't really like too much that I have to do. I don't like to carry too much. I don't like to feel as though I'm just in a religion. It felt like a religion. It felt like I had to think a certain way. I had to accept certain things. I had to agree with certain things, even though my spirit was like, no. Loving Jesus is not a religion. It's a relationship. God's love has set me free from so many things. When I was practicing, I guess, being spiritual, I did not feel free, y'all. I couldn't even explain to you the things that I dealt with. Spirituality was like darkness to me, and then Jesus was like the light. And I'm not saying that just because it's in a book. I'm saying it because that was really my experience. Everything that I had been taught and learned and influenced by in spirituality, when I went over there to Jesus and I asked him and I sought his face and I tried to figure it out, everything was like this. It wasn't deceiving. It wasn't that he was beating me up. It didn't feel like stupid. It just felt like this is what truth feels like. And again, there's no disrespect to nobody, but it's just like this is what it feels like to actually love and be loved. Next reason why I stopped being spiritual, you guys, is because I got tired of all the weights. I always felt like if I didn't have my crystals, or if I didn't have my sage, or if I didn't have my cards or anything that I had going on, or a certain book, I always felt like I was not protected, I was not blessed, missing something, evil was upon me. Like, it was too much. Once I kept putting it in my mind that that's what I needed to do, I started losing trust in God, the one true God, and depending on his creation. A crystal is a creation of God. Sage is a creation of God, and everything else that's on this planet that is like herbal and everything like that is a creation of God. Yes, God did create it, but God also told us not to worship these things. And I feel like a lot of people, including myself when I was involved, put those crystals in the place of God. I really thought a amethyst was going to protect me more than Jesus Christ himself. I really thought that a tarot card reader could tell me more about my life, more about myself, more than Jesus Christ. I really thought that sage was going to just purify my whole life more than God's blood and getting baptized. Again, this is only for me. I was really messed up in the head, you guys. I would go as far as saying it was manipulation to me. It made me feel like, again, if I did not have these items, I didn't have my armor for today. People would like to argue and say, well, you wasn't using them right, or you didn't sage right, or you didn't get a right tarot reading, or you didn't practice this. Like, believe me when I say I was looking for my zone. I was looking for what felt right for me, what resonated with me, and I realized that everybody around me was doing it. It started to become so popular, and I felt like, okay, I'm on the right way because everybody's doing it. When you look at Jesus and he's like, narrow is the path that people are taking. A lot of people are not taking this path. A lot of people are taking, I'm spiritual, everything is God, everything is in God. And a lot of people are taking that path. Because why? It's easier to take that path. Which brings me into my next point, you guys. It allowed me to think that sin was okay. It allowed me to think that it's okay to have sex before marriage. It's okay to do certain things because I'm serving myself at the end of the day. You're practicing different sins, and you're justifying it by saying, this what feels right for me. I'm living my truth. But in all honesty, it's like you're living in sin. Just because you have a feeling does not mean you need to act on it. Just because you have something that you think about doesn't mean you need to project it. It made me feel like what I'm doing is not wrong. I don't need to change nothing. But then when I went over there to Jesus, it's like, no, I'm correcting you, not because I want to condemn you, but because I want to show you the better way of life. With Jesus, I don't have to buy any crystals. I don't have to carry my Bible everywhere I go. I don't have to sage my house down for evil spirits. Like, I don't have to do any of that. All I had to do was open myself up to God and pray. The next reason why I decided to leave spirituality, guys, is because spirituality teaches you that you are God. It says, in all your ways acknowledge me and I will make your path straight. I know the purpose I have for you, declares the Lord. But in spirituality, it's more so like,
you're the ruler. You're the person that's going to determine your future.
And to a certain extent, you are, because of the decisions that you make and the things you put out into the world. However, for the most part, even when you're doing right and being intentional, God's plan is still going to prevail. Now, don't get me wrong. We all are kings and queens. We are our goddesses and whatever. I don't care what scientific book you read. I don't care what YouTube said. I don't care what anybody else said in the deep, dark depths of freaking Timbuktu. I don't care. God's way and God's vision is going to prevail over all. And everybody is going to kneel. Everybody. I don't care who you are. I love being Nicole. I love being in just the amount of control that I'm in. I love going to a father and getting on my knees and saying, God, I need your help. I love going to God and just being honest to say, God, I got a bad attitude today. I don't think this is going to work, or sharing my thoughts with God. I love having a space to go and just pour out myself and not tell myself, well, you're God, so you got to figure this out. Spirituality will literally blind you to what's really going on in the spiritual realm. Like, this world is literally a battlefield. To me, it just made me feel like everything that I learned over here, once I went to Jesus, it was like night and day. And it was like, they telling me this, but then I go over here and talk to the one true God, and that's not right. It's deceiving. It keeps you stuck in a certain sense. Like, even if you it just keeps you stuck. No matter what you try to do in your life or who you try to put in that little hole in your heart, nothing is going to fulfill that situation. Which is why I always saw spiritual people strung out on drugs, or spiritual people homeless, or spiritual people, I always saw them with bad lives. And this was before everything started getting high and everything. Like, you don't have to live poor. Like, their mindset was poor. I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. I couldn't deal with that anymore because I knew I wanted more for myself, and I knew I wanted more for my children. Once I decided to give my heart to God and truly give my heart to God, y'all, that's when I saw the light of day. That's when things started making sense. That's when my life started to change. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I am not a religious person. I am not a holier than thou person. I have been forgiven and I have been redeemed and I have been set free, literally, by Jesus Christ. And I am so grateful for that. I don't want to go back. You know, almost like when you get out of a bad relationship and then you go to a healthy relationship, it's like, even if that healthy relationship doesn't last, you ain't never gonna go back to what you had, because you've been exposed to something real. Spirituality was an unhealthy, toxic relationship for me, and abusive. And then when I go over here with Jesus, it just feels so healthy and so natural and so peaceful, and it's so freeing. If you guys are interested in knowing how to begin to hear from God and understand him and wherever he's trying to take your life, make sure you guys check out this video that I put here on the screen. It's a need for you to be quiet so that way you can hear what God has to say to you. Have you guys ever had any experiences where you was diving into spirituality or any other religion at the time? Make sure you let me know in my comment section below. Also, you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, girl, so you can be notified each time that I upload. I cannot wait to see you beautiful souls in my next video. Bye.